talk now, Tab. So
Zip it.
welcome to the Comedy Sandbox. I'm J.R. Timothy.
Hi, I'm Matt Helgeson.
I'm Abbie Feller.
My name's Nick.
And my name is Cameron Wright.
All right. And the first object I have for us to start out tonight is something that was just around
I
the
want
house. You want
I
it?
want it on my face. Am I pretty yet?
Booga booga.
Booga booga, what a white over that.
Reminds you of like Courage the Cowardly Dog, right? Booga booga booga.
It reminds me of did you ever say Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Which
With,
one?
Yeah.
The movie where they
Thought I
go around the
saw a
world?
witch doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the witch doctor one. Didn't she have a mask like this?
Maybe.
I was very
I don't know.
young,
I don't.
So it's quite possible.
This mask would fit on a small infant. That's tiny.
Seeing this, I like to imagine already that this is how, JR, tries to woo Taffany. Hey, baby. Comes out just in the
Sup,
mask.
Tab?
Nah, I just take my shirt off for that. I'm just like, hey.
Look at this. Yeah, but I would love to just imagine you just coming out with, some grass covering private areas and that mask being like, so, what are we going to do tonight? Sacrifice some virgins to the volcano?
No, it's not going to work. I tried to stick my tongue through the mouth hole.
Oh.
My chin is too big to fit. I could probably make the eye hole, though. That'd be weird.
No.
Do you feel? I feel like these kind of things sometimes. That, some person just made it, and then they're saying, "Oh, it's
Where did you get this?
it's native."
Yeah.
No, it looks native. It's not, because we did not pay native
Yeah,
price.
if you got it
Yeah.
in
It's
Hawaii,
probably
they're
from,
like, oh, it's
rural
authentic Hawaiian, but some white guy named Ted made it.
Yes, in a craft class at a
No, not even some factory workers in China made it.
Yeah.
No,
Let's be real.
I don't know if someone in China made it, but this is where we got it. On our honeymoon, we went to Cozumel, Mexico, and it was just in one of those shops on the side, and we saw it, and we're like, oh, yeah, this looks cool. We didn't think it was
handmade.
real or
This is
anything, but it
handmade.
looks cool. And so we got
So
it.
it's a memento from your honeymoon.
Yeah, one of the many mementos. We got raped in Jamaica.
Wow.
Not really. We didn't literally
Did you
get
alert the
raped.
authorities?
Do they
No.
have those in Jamaica?
No, this lady, she was $2 a bead or something, and Tav got her hair done in cornrows. But she didn't tell Tav how much it was until the very end. And she spent 2 hours doing Tav's hair. She's like, okay, I count
500 beads.
100 beads or something like that. I was
Yeah.
what?
That's why white people don't get cornrows.
But she really
Taffany.
wanted it. She really wanted
Have you
it.
seen the pictures from their vacation?
Yeah, she looked
pretty cool.
hella tight. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
No, but
She
we
looked like she was going to break out into some kind of Milli Vanilli.
Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah. Mayan.
now we got to sacrifice someone and cut their heart out
Yes.
and chew it.
Nose goes!
Oh,
Well, I'm the only girl, so you can't sacrifice me.
I think you are the one that would be sacrificed in this situation.
No, that's ridiculous. I'm your token. This is how you have diversity in this.
You're
all
the
white
minority.
males.
I'm the
Yeah.
Mexican here.
You are a quarter Mexican, Cameron.
Quarter Mexican
A
and
quarter.
counts.
What is the funniest thing that you remember? You've never laughed this hard
okay,
before.
I've got a story to tell you guys.
All right.
Actually, I can't tell that story because my parents might watch this. no, I can tell the story. So I was with.
Disclaimer to Nick's parents.
Don't watch this, Mom. You too, Dad.
The little red X in the corner. Click it.
I was visiting my cousin up in Wyoming, and that's where I'm from. I lived there for a long time, but every summer I would go up to visit him. So meet up with him. He picks me up from the airport, and immediately we go to the Domino's in town, and we hang out with a bunch of our friends. We start making horrible jokes about each other. Oh, you're this, you're that. So we're all just high on laughing fumes, no oxygen to the brain. We've been laughing for an hour. My cousin stands up and says, I've got to go to the bathroom. And to which his friend, Cade, stands up and says, not before I wash my hands. And it's one of those bathrooms that's just the door and the toilet and the sink. And so they both go into the bathroom at the same time, and Cade starts washing his hands. And my cousin is like, I'm gonna poop with you in here. You don't get out right now. And we all hear this from outside, and then all of a sudden we just see Cade come out, and he is laughing. Red in the face, can't even speak. We're like, what's the commotion? I walk over to the bathroom, look in, the door's wide open. My cousin is sitting on the can, he screams, "Close the door!" So I leave the door open so everyone else can see. I'm laughing so hard that I walk outside onto the street. I put my hand on my friend's car to steady myself. I peed my pants. I was laughing so hard. I was a 17-year-old boy, and I peed my pants from laughing. The door was wide open in a crowded restaurant, and we left the door open while he was pooping.
Your funny moment is a bathroom joke.
Okay,
essentially.
but
I've got
wait, so
another-
is mine.
So this happened in a movie, but it also happened to my friend. So if anyone says that happened in a movie, it's because it did happen in a movie, but it also happened in real life.
The movie might have been based off of your friend.
No, the movie is called Death at a Funeral.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
The movie was awesome.
Where is this going?
So me and some people, it was when I was in Young Men's, we were at a retirement home doing service. And me and two other guys were helping this really old dude. And he's like, "I gotta go to the bathroom and go poop." And hearing an old man say poop is really funny. So my friend walks him over to the toilet. And then he's like, "I need you to strip down my pants." So my friend takes his pants down. And then the guy sits down on the toilet, but my friend's hand is in the toilet underneath the guy's bum.
No.
And my friend's like, no, don't do it yet. And I just hear the splooshes, and I hear my friend scream. And then the guy's like wiggling because it's uncomfortable having a hand right there on your cheek in between the seat. So as soon as he gets free, he takes his hand out, covered in old man fecal matter, and he's, "Ah!" And then I ran downstairs because I was afraid that I would pee my pants. I didn't. I played chess with another old man.
I'm on a road trip, and this is back when like my parents, we had those like 12-inch, like really boxy TVs. Well, they put that in the car and they ran a jack to the thing so that I could watch like movies while we're going on these really long road trips, which I had awesome parents. But the video that we were watching was called Bill Cosby himself, and it was his stand-up routine. Stand-up comedy,
My dad has
never
those on
watched it
vinyl.
before. Really?
Like the old Bill Cosby stuff on vinyl.
It's hilarious. I
And
love
he used
it.
he like memorized it and would like pantomime it to the recording for like talent shows. Isn't that so embarrassing?
That's awesome. Your dad sounds rad.
I'm sitting there, I'm watching it, and never seen him before. My dad got, he's like, "Oh yeah, you'll like him. He's a funny guy." In my mind, I'm like, this guy is old and black. I don't think he's funny.
Old
But
black
like,
men can't be
it
funny.
wasn't because I was racist. It's just because like I'm a kid that doesn't listen to anyone older than him. So I'm sitting there watching it, and immediately like I just start laughing. It's funny, and I lose it when he starts doing his dentist routine. He talks about like dentists tell you not to pick your teeth with any sharp metal objects. First thing they grab is a metal hook, and they begin to dig, and he starts doing the thing, and I start dying. I'm like 6 or 7 years old. I'm laughing so hard because I hate the dentist so much, and I'm just envisioning it, and it's like making me cringe, and I'm laughing so hard. My parents are telling me to shut up because I'm disturbing like my sleeping baby siblings next to me, and I do pee my pants. Like, I'm laughing so hard.
Am I the only one who's never done that?
My dad pulls over to the side of the road. He's like, "This is awful. You're not watching this ever again." I'm like, "No!" And I start crying. I'm like, "Let me watch." He's like, "No, you pissed yourself."
I'm all empty, Dad. Let me watch the rest.
I was so mad, but it was so funny. And I finally got to finish it 2 years later.
The problem with the question, the hardest you've ever laughed, is that the hardest I've ever laughed is usually at like 3 a.m, so it doesn't even sound that funny now.
Yeah,
but at the
right?
time, it was the funniest thing. A year or two ago, it was super late, and my friend had driven me somewhere, and so she, it was 2 years ago, she drove me home. And so she's just like in her driver's seat, and she still has to drive somebody else home. So I was like, "Okay, bye, Chloe." And I don't remember why, because we were talking about something, and I went to go give her a hug, like, from, like, the window, like, because she was still in the driver's seat. But, like, it was a really awkward angle hug, obviously, because she was in a driver's seat, and I was, like, reaching in the window. And somehow, in coming out of it, I just totally, like, grabbed her boob. And for some
So
reason...
wait, like you grabbed her
No,
boob,
like, my
you were
whole- no.
leaving, and you're like, "I'm gonna take this with me."
like, it was, like, I was like this, and it just, like, dragged my hand, like, all the way across her boob. And for some reason,
Classic
like,
guy move.
just, like, at 2 a.m, I was like, did I just grab, and she was like, yes, you did. on the sidewalk in front of my house, and I couldn't stop laughing for like 15 minutes. And so she just looked at me for a few minutes and then carried on a conversation with the person in the passenger seat next to her. And it's not even that funny, but it was so funny at the time.
Like, I can't get away with that. You know, like that would have been like.
Guys are like, you pervert.
So
Yeah.
sorry.
My wife was on a date with this guy, and he pump braked and goes, oh, you know, like he was like saving her, but basically was just like.
He
like,
boobed her.
Yeah, he just and it wasn't until afterwards she goes, wait a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There was no need for him to, you know, like it was like, oh.
I had this roommate one time with like seriously like the biggest boobs I've ever seen. They're huge. And we were
How
playing.
big? How
like,
What's her name?
All right, if we had to compare it to a fruit,
Watermelons.
like a real legitimate watermelon.
That doesn't sound
Okay.
healthy.
Well, now
That doesn't. That
she was
seems
bigger.
painful. So a
I
bigger
think I
girl
know this
with.
girl.
So we can't post this now because if she sees this. But anyway, so we were playing a game.
You can't post it. I can.
So we were playing a game where we were like blindfolded. Like the person in the middle was blindfolded and had to like try to catch somebody. And so he totally just like lunge grab. I'm like, he was like genuinely, he was so horrified. We're walking home and she was just like, so that happened. And I was like, well, I mean, they're kind of hard to miss. You know?
First line of defense.
And she was just kind of like, yeah. Like,
When me and my brother were really little, we were going on the ferries, the Seattle, Washington State ferries. The entire ride, my brother was bugging me. You know, like we're back seat. He's the older brother. He's like, you know, hitting me and doing stuff and like,
So you
know,
hit me.
yeah, like he's pulling. You know, he's being a jerk, right? And like we're complaining, and finally my dad's like, shut up, don't do anything. You know, leave each other alone. But like I wasn't doing anything, so I got in trouble for my brother being mean to me. We park, and my dad says, okay, just you know, go have fun, right? Get the energy out. Is what he probably was thinking. So all of a sudden, you know, all the tension in the car's gone because, you know, oh, we're free. So we go running up the stairs and we're going all, and we get all the way to the front of the ferry. And that's where, you know, like that's the spot to be, right? And we have to stay together because, you know, that's one of the rules. And so I'm trying to get to the front of the ferry to do kind of like that, you know, Titanic, like, king of the world. Well, this was before then, right? You know, because that's what little kids do. But my brother's being a jerk. He's not letting me, he keeps on, you know, and so all of a sudden all that frustration from the car ride, you know, gets pent up, and, you know, and so he's standing there right in the front, and he's about to get up, and I grab his pants, underwear and all, and just pants him. And then I think, I'm going to really get him. So I step right in, so he can't pull it up. Okay? Can't pull it up. So what he should have done was just punch me, push me off, and then pull up his pants. Instead, he tries to bend down and grab it, and he goes, Matt! Really loud. 20 people all of a sudden look at this
How
little
old
kid.
were you?
I was like like 5, 6. He was like 7, 8.
Okay.
So he goes, Matt! And all these people just look, and all of a sudden he goes like, oh, Matt! And he's pulling up. The whole crowd starts laughing their head off, laughing and laughing and laughing, and he's getting more frantic.
Oh, no.
And then I take off, right? Because I know that I'm about this far from dying.
This is the new funniest moment of my life.
So close to dying. So
You're crying at a pantsing story with little children.
Well, because it was his own fault. So he pulls his pants up and goes racing after me, but I have a good lead, right? So right as I get to my dad, my brother comes up, and he's, trying to beat the crap out of me, right? And my dad goes, whoa, what's going on? And he looks at me just smiling like Cheshire Cat, ear to ear, just basking in the glory of the moment. And he goes, what happened? He pants me, put his pants on, and stepped in, and all the people looked at me. And Chris is like, my brother's like in tears, crying. And my dad just looks at me, Cheshire, and looks back at my brother and says, next time, don't screw with him in the car. No punishment.
And that was your golden moment.
Oh my gosh.
I could have died the next day and my life would be complete.
You could have died that moment.
Your life was complete when you were 5?
Yes.
So you've had a steady downhill since then.
Until marriage and sex, yeah, done.
So I've had like my mustache and everything for 4 months.
That's what's different.
Oh my gosh.
Your upper lip is so much smaller than I think it is. Every time I see it, it's like, oh, wow.
For some reason,
not
in my
large.
mind, it was like all the way up to here.
Well, no, like, your lip looks longer when you have a mustache.
Yeah, it does, because, like, my mustache comes down to there. But I don't know, is my face, like, weird looking now to you
Okay.
guys? Because you've seen me without a mustache. All of you should
Yeah.
have seen me without
Do
one.
you know what's weird? Is I went through archived Academy of Comedy video, and I found like the earliest video I could possibly find. And you look so young in that video, and like you're still JR, but like
Baby.
you've put on some weight. I'm just gonna put it that
Thanks.
way.
Thanks.
You've
We
put on
all
some
have.
weight.
We all have.
I've stayed about.
This guy.
I plateaued at 420 for the last like.
420.
420,
That's why I'm so happy. Oh. But no, it's actually kind of it's fun watching these like videos of us like years ago, you know.
Yeah.
And you look different, and like you don't, there's no beard, no mustache, no anything in those, and so that actually was weirding me out more.
It was freshman year. Like,
Yeah.
how could I put on so much weight? And then I realized, like, oh yeah, I got married.
Yeah. You don't have to try anymore. Time and all eternity.
I know, and that's the worst part. Like, I'm still want to go out and like play basketball and like, look good. But like, yeah, it's like my wife loves me, even if I like look like this. I'm like, hey, and she laughs, and that's all I need to do. I just need to
Laughter
keep
is the-
making her laugh.
Laughter is the best aphrodisiac.
Yes. You know what I think is really funny? People will be like, Nick, you were so skinny in high school. I look at myself in high school. I was still fat. I'm just fatter now.
I was so skinny in high school, but I thought I was so fat, so there's that.
Why
That's
did you
an
think you were
interesting
fat
story.
in high school? Like, what happened?
When I was little, some hoe bag named Haile Gordon called me fat at a birthday
You
party.
hear that, Hailey
When I
Gordon?
was
We hate you.
8.
How's
You
your
are the problem.
How's your mom's pill addiction, Hailey Gordon?
How's your mom?
I like how you guys are looking at the microphone and talking,
Hailey Gordon.
but the camera is right there.
She called me fat at a birthday party in 3rd grade. And I think I'd probably been called fat before that, too. Because I was a chubby kid.
I was the most gorgeous little boy you've ever seen in your life.
I was a
And
super
then I grew
cute
up to
toddler.
be fat. Why?
And that was when I kind of like got an eating disorder and got like super depressed and all fun stuff. But then junior year,
Hashtag too real.
but then junior year I transferred.
It's your fault, Haley.
It's all your fault.
Haley!
No,
Let's
but
clap.
I like how it got too awkward for Nick, so he had to make a joke. Like, what a comedian thing to do.
like okay, I wasn't like anorexic or bulimic or anything, but I was like really, really obsessive. You know what I mean? Where like, like I was way under every like category that I should have been. I had to do one of those PE projects where you like chart everything you eat, and I was like way under and everything. Anyway, I was super obsessive. It was bad.
I went to the principal's office a couple times. The first time I got in trouble because I farted in a teacher's car and I turned on the heater.
You farted in the teacher's car?
Why were you in the teacher's car?
Yeah.
He was one of those douchebag teachers. He didn't like me.
And he left his car on
So
the
he let you in his car. Was he trying to molest you?
He sent,
Show me on the doll where the bad man touched you.
he sent me outside earlier in the class period, and then he sent another student out to go get something from his car. And then this kid's like, I don't want to, and I was like, so I took the keys. I went out to the parking lot. I grabbed the thing out of the car, and I was like, I got a toot. So,
As one does.
so I tooted. It was one of my better products. And then I
Because
turned
it
on
had
the,
all your angst, built
Yeah.
up angst.
I
You
turned on the
gassed his
car. I turned on the car, turned on the heater for about 3 minutes. It was going to be hot that day. So then I thought, that'll do it.
So
Close
when
the
did
door.
the teacher go out to his car and find this out?
Lunch.
Was it
How
like
did he know it was you?
Because the other
He
kid
didn't
ratted.
know it was me, but it was something that I was going to confess to.
you were proud?
Because, I mean, I felt like he was hating on me for no real reason. So when they pulled me to the office and said, Mr. Lay thinks that you farted in his car. Is this true? I was like, yeah.
He reported that? He reported that to the principal.
You should have been like, how would I do that?
They
I
said,
would have just rolled all the windows down and
so I
Dealt
said,
with
yeah, I
life.
farted in his car. And they said, okay. And I was like, you don't know how to punish me. No, I have no idea.
you're like, is there technically a rule against this?
And I
No,
said,
there's
what are you
not.
going to do? And he said, just apologize. I don't know. So I apologized to the teacher, and
I
was
am
the
very
beginning of
sorry.
I'm sorry
Great
I farted in your car in front of all the kids. They're all like,
I'm
That's
sorry.
how it went next last grade.
I'm sorry that I got in your car, farted, turned on the heater for 3 minutes, and then closed the door really quickly so that it would stay in there.
But you got what you wanted, and they are not affected.
I'm imagining this teacher walking out to his car, though, opening the door, getting in the car, like starting it. It was like, I'm going to go to when. Oh my. No! Cameron! No! Cameron Wright!
From what I heard, he opened the door and it just went, it kind of just,
So it hit him in the face.
it hit him like the nothing from Neverending Story.
The Nothing.
He was taken away.
I still don't understand that movie. The Nothing.
I loved it.
I'll
and
try
I'm really gonna
you.
watch it again.
all I know is Jack Black is the bad guy in the third one.
There's
Oh yeah, he is.
When
the
he's
bad
like
guy.
14.
Wait, there's more than one?
Yeah, there's three. It'll be on Netflix eventually.
It's
It
on
is?
Guys.
I'll try
Guys,
you.
let's get stoned and watch.
Next
Neverending
time I'm on my
Story.
acid trip. I'm gonna.
I'll try you. I'm a luck dragon.
And I'm like,
Luck Dragon is the only way
I had a
to
friend
go
who
on a
called my dog the
quest.
Luck Dragon.
Luck Dragon's Falcor. He's the white
see.
dragon
He's
that's like...
a dog.
I
That's
guess my
a
dog
dragon.
looked like the Luck Dragon.
Artax or Artrax.
Artax.
Artax. He's sinking in the swamp or something. I remember watching that as a little kid, like, horse is dying. And, like, it just showed the horse, like, sinking into the swamp. I'm like, oh, it's dead.
But
And then he talked to a turtle. I'm like, why couldn't the turtle help? He's right there. He could have just been like, oh, there we go. And then there was the child with, like, the little, I don't know, what was that?
The crystal.
Bright diamond? Yeah, the crystal. What was the
Maybe
crystal?
the horse
It's
wasn't
the,
real. It was just there to make him
The
sad.
tear of
This
a
one's
thousand
sadness.
children, or
you're reading too much
No,
into
it
this.
was.
Maybe I am.
It was like it was how like she had power, wasn't it? Like that's like she was like the keeper.
I
you
don't
remember
remember. I just
the-
remember she popped up in the dark, and I'm like, I'd be freaked out right now.
Bastion
She
was
just-
supposed to give her a name, and he goes
You
to
guys
the window,
remember so much
and he
about
goes,
this.
and he gives her a name.
I'm like, this whole movie could have been solved real quick.
Yeah, right there, right there.
The Empress.
Rebecca!
The Empress
Rebecca!
needs a name. Rebecca.
The best is when he's reading the book.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
You guys remember the Page Master?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big problem that I have with that one is it's about how you should, open a book once in a while and
When
have
he
fun
opens
with
the
that.
book,
But this is they're preaching
craziest
to the wrong
crap
choir
happens.
because this kid is already a nerd. They don't have the internet back then, and he knows like all these stats and shiz. So he's already a bookworm. So they're kind of
Right.
telling him, you need to read more, kid. What's the point of that?
I have
Yes.
a buddy who looks exactly like Macaulay Culkin if Macaulay Culkin wasn't on heroin. So we always call him
normal?
the Page Master.
Milo noticed. So many cats drowned.
I remember watching that.
Sounds
on
like a
Watch
comedy.
Mojo.
So many cats drowned in that movie. Like
They
just
pit a
kept
dog against a bear. If you remember that.
Yeah,
Wasn't it like a pug?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
pug.
I hate
A
It was-
pug against a bear.
it was a
So
Japanese
it's this
movie.
against this.
Yeah, they dubbed it,
the bear.
and all those cats. Remember, because they like swim.
Yeah.
They drowned. Multiple
Like
tens
during
of cats.
filming or
Take
Yeah,
three.
during filming.
Next.
Okay, they didn't just like put them all in the movie
No,
and
no.
then this cat drowned.
And they threw a cat in a box, and they pushed the box over a waterfall. If the box stayed up, yeah, we got the shot. If not, oh, cat's dead. Let's
Yeah.
try again, guys. This was before the Animal Humane Society was started up.
Clearly.
Before they decided.
They cannot say that no cats were harmed in the making of this film.
Try to remember the movie that
This one
really
scene.
set it off, though. It was a movie that had Jesse James in it. They blindfolded the horse for the shot so that it wouldn't see where it's going and it would just run no matter what. So this horse is blindfolded and it's gallops right off a cliff into a river. And you see this horse, like this horse had no idea what was happening. You know how in the movies, like you see the horse jump and it's this majestic thing?
Yeah.
Nothing majestic.
It's still
about
running.
this.
It's like,
Well, like, yeah, it was so shocking because the horse goes and it's like, it's diving, but it goes sideways and it's falling, collapsing. And then you see Jesse James, or the actor, jump in after it. Like, the horse goes first and then he goes because they don't want the actor to get hurt because if the horse falls on the actor,
Yeah.
he's dead. Let's kill the horse, though, and then you can fall in after. Thanks for watching the comedy Sandbox. Stick around next week when we will do pie this next time, right?
Yes, there will be pie.
Yeah, pie. I'm J.R. Timothy.
I'm Matt Helgeson, the cute one.
I'm Abbie. I'm the girl.
I'm Nick, the racist one.
I'm Cameron, the victim of racism.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned next week.
Get out of here, you
Bye.
dirty Polak. Hey, that's really racist. That's
Everybody
my
dance
job.
out.
Whatever.
Django Unchained, you've seen that, right?
Yeah, dog.
Right?
Don't put that in there. My parents watch this.
Yeah.